Okay. Okay, let me share my screen. Just 1 second. Okay, I hope everyone can see it. Please confirm.
That's very good.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so we'll talk about today WSUS and software update point configuration, how we can utilize this feature. So WSUS, the full form is Windows Server Update Services. And this is again, as a concept, as an overview, I'll give you the detailed information about it. So Microsoft has designed a tool that is called WSUS that is used to manage and distribute the updates. So every second Tuesday, Microsoft releases updates and ensuring that all the computers which are there in corporate environment, those are secured. So through SCCM, we can achieve this compliance level, or you can deploy the software updates to all your endpoints, your devices, and your uh, servers. So SCCM again gives you a central server window through which you can deploy the patches. So as an administrator, WSUS has given Microsoft given this tool to integrate with your SCCM. Once it's integrated, WSUS server handles all your local update distributions. Okay, so this tool helps you to distribute the patches. This tool helps you to reducing the bandwidth, and also it helps to improve the efficiency. So you might have noticed every now and then you see like first week or second week, once the de- patches are deployed, patches are like released by Microsoft in the catalog, and when it's synced from the server and it is deployed on your computer, so you every now and then you see that there's a frequent pop-up comes on the screen and says like there's a Windows update running in the background, please wait for some time, and then it starts automatically. Then again, you turns it on, then again it syncs. So in the background, I'll show you also in this computer that where you see all those updates. So this is very crucial and very important that your endpoints, your devices should be patched with the latest updates to avoid the vulnerabilities. Okay, so as an overview, as I talked, this is a tool. Okay, mainly utilized for the Microsoft patches to distribute across your corporate environment, and ensuring that your devices are compliant. Okay, now leveraging WSUS, once it's installed, like once you go to that, I mean, I'll show the configuration also. So if you have multiple site servers, and if you have multiple primary secondary sites, and also it will be very tough to directly go to the WSO server and do the deployment of those patches. So that's why it is integrated now with SCCM. It is to help you manage all those devices efficiently without any trouble. Second thing is it's on-site server, means where you have installed your CCM, SCCM, there you install this WSUS as a role, and once it's installed and enabled, it will give you the synchronization. So elsewhere means if you have like uh, one console for WSUS console that is installed on the site servers to manage the updates. And if there are different sites and different servers, okay, which you want to independently manage, okay, and you don't want to, like, there are some servers which are those are cut off from the network, okay, those are in the DMZ zone. So for that, to better manage those without internet or without being on the network, you do download the patches from WSUS. You do check whether these are the recent patches which are not superseded and all, and you make those downloaded and you put that in the organizational need accordingly. You can make the like which patch you want to sync, which one to not, which one is required, like as per the security norms. If you're not using certain applications and you don't want to sync those, okay, you just can skip those, and you can utilize those, and you can put those on those servers, and you can patch those to the latest updates. Okay, with automation, uh, one more thing is site server account. You need to have admin privilege on running all these deployments and synchronization. And WSUS console on the site server, if like you as an admin, you are handling WSUS, so you can check the errors, logs, and everything from the WSUS console directly. If there is any synchronization failure issues coming, you can also handle that. Okay, on the same site server. Now, automation deployment rule, which is again, it's automated way. It's like automated process for deploying software updates by using software update catalog. Okay, so as SCUP is nothing but it's like system center update point, or you can say software update catalog. So what it does, it can help you to manage the third party applications as well. Okay, using this ADR, you can streamline all those approvals process of updates. You don't need to do that all those manually. Like you don't need to go to the WSS console and approve and decline on all those. You can define that within the ATR, and that is where the necessary it will ensure that yes, necessary patches are being deployed, and your your all the devices are being synced with the necessary patches. Okay. Internet clients internet clients is nothing when you have enabled a connection protocol. Okay, which means that if you want to update uh, the devices which are available on the internet, which are using a port HTTPS. Okay, in that sense you want to protect and since for the sensitive information you want to protect those devices as well. So yes, this can help you. WSUS can use, like it uses HTTPS. So it also, when you doing the download from the internet, yes, you can download. Like sometimes you see that now we are not pushing everything from the SCCM. It has been that robust that it directly downloads the updates from the Microsoft catalog server. It downloads the metadata, everything from the Microsoft itself. And once the download is there, once the patch is installed on your machine, it simply, it starts downloading and update and installing that in the background. Okay. So this feature, which is HTTPS, that helps you to connect with over the internet. If you go to more granular control, software update groups that you can define, you can create in SCCM. So what does that mean? It means that you can create various criteria. Okay. For example, uh, I have created a target device collection, okay, or maybe a group, and that specific group I'm only designating to those particular devices or particular updates for those devices only. I don't want uh, these updates to go across the corporate environment. I just want these certain devices with these updates to go into that group. Okay. Second, what you can do, you can schedule these. Okay. So if you want to run these updates on a multiple interval, or you want to do that in a different schedule, yes, you can do that. You can set that for the different groups altogether. So that means it will allow you to tailor all your deployment timelines. For example, in US, if it's night, and if I want to do those only in India based clients, so I will certainly create a group and I'll target only those machines which are available at morning time and India time, and to get those deployed. Okay. One more thing is, what best feature with this software group is that what it does, if you have 8.1a update is already there, and if there is 8.1b, okay, on the another machine is required. So what it does, it gives you only eight, it gives you only this, okay, uh, it gives you only this update, it does not give you this one, okay. Means whatever update is required for your client on your machine, okay, it will certainly give you that only. It will not give you the latest or latest the greatest or the oldest one. It ensures that your machine is being patched in a sequential manner, okay. uh, One more feature is what it is given as WOL, which is to wake on LAN. Means if your device is somehow it is there. One more thing I just wanted to update, just to cover in this granular control, I wanted to tell that there's exclusion rules also that you can create. Exclusion rules means if you have specific devices, and sometimes you have a server which you don't want to update, maybe in this cycle you want to do that in the next cycle. So you can also put exclusion rules, and you can put those devices just for the testing purpose, or maybe you just don't want to uh, do something for the uh, extra, maybe there is some patching, or there is some application update which is going on, you don't want to touch upon, you don't want to damage those, okay. Maybe the new patch is not compliant with your applications, maybe those are the legacy ones, so you just don't want to patch your server for the time being. So you can put exclusion rules, and you can put those devices in that, and you just safeguard this. Maybe next patch cycle you can update that. So this is one of the feature of the ADR, so I just missed that out. Okay. wake on lan Wake on LAN is a feature which is there in SCCM that enables computers to turn on or power on remotely. Means if you are not logged on on your laptop for the time being, maybe it's night time. Okay, your laptop is connected on the LAN or on the network, but you're not logged in. Okay, so what it will do, it will do the maintenance task. It will turn on the laptop, it will do all the updates, it will download and apply without your intervention, without user's intervention. It will download, apply, sit, and once it's done, it will automatically keep the machine in the previous state. Okay. Maintenance window, like if you in your SCCM, if you have specified some time frame during the software update and changes, so for a particular collection of the devices, so this feature will help you to minimize the disruption. Means uh, when you have given a maintenance window for a certain time during off hours, okay, so in during off hours this will run, okay, and it will apply those changes, and it will not go after the maintenance window. Okay, so that is one of the specific time frame that is given for software updates, and that maintenance window will help you to update the machines without any disruption. Okay. One last thing is about the detailed reporting. So what it does, detailed reporting means when you are downloading, so you are supposed to check whether those machines are deployed, got the patches or not, what are the failure rates, what are the success rate of deployment, and what is the overall health of all those systems, what is the compliance rate that you are going to show to your client, and if there is any failure in between, then what are those insights to check. Okay, what are the deployment timelines, like what time did it take to complete certain deployment, and if their systems are vulnerable or they're not, what sort of decision making that you can do. So this also facilitates, with the reporting you can take the informed decision. Okay, so overall, if I say, this is a tool which gives you a feature to update your uh, devices and ensure that yes, you have a robust network. Your client machines all are up to date with the minimized downtime and without any disruption to the users. One more thing is to update with WSUS. If you are utilizing, you need to ensure you have HTTP port which is 80, that is there, that is open, and HTTPS which is 443, that is also to open. And you require SQL port which is by default when you have like a system installed, that will be open, that is 1433. Apart from that, WSUS will identify the ports which is 8530 and 8531. Okay, these are the default port. So 8530 is the default port for HTTP, and 8531 which is default for the HTTPS. Okay, so these two default ports will automatically be there and it is open. So in your environment, I mean, necessarily you don't close it all due to some security or ring fence, you do that. But if you're doing WSUS configuration for the client connection, you need to open these. So initially, I mean, I don't see that it has been like closed or not working for anyone. These all ports are open with every organization. Okay. Okay. So how to configure? Let's talk on that. So usually, what we see with SCCM, we try to add the rules directly, from the administration tab, and you go to site system role and you just right click and you try to do that. Okay, but that is not a best way of doing it. Okay, because it's initial configuration, and since we are at start, so try not doing this from the first page. Okay, I'll give you the next slide, what you can do, what you are supposed to. Okay, first of all, where you have your site system server, your SCCM server installed, you need to go to that server, go to the server manager and open the dashboard. Okay, from here, dashboard, you can go to add roles and features. Okay, from here, you can simply go to the widget, you can follow the widget. Okay, and from here, you can click on, or you can check this box which says Windows Server Update Services. Okay. So this is what we are doing on the server. Okay. Where we have installed SCCM, right? Okay. So this is where you need to check this. Okay. And then follow along. It will ask you, to add this role as a feature. Okay. You need to click on add feature. Okay. Then you need to follow along this option. The first option is says uh, WID database, which is your local database, okay, where your SCCM is installed. So try not utilizing that, mainly because if you are doing that, majority of the time the connection either fails or there is some disruption that happens with the WSUS. So the best advice is to use it on a separate database. Okay, not on the same database. So that's why I crossed it. So these two, check these two boxes. Okay, and this this is where it will ask you where you want to install, where you want to keep the database. Okay, where you want to keep the metadata and all the files, updates and everything, where you want to keep it. So before doing that, if you are on the site server, okay, you can create a separate, like in your drive, you can create a folder. Okay, in this way it will not, I'll in the next slide I'll show you. So this is where in the E drive, there's a WSUS folder which have created, and where all those updates and metadata and everything will be dumped. Okay, so on the same, when you have given the path E slash WSUS folder, then you go next, then it asks you, give you the site database server name. Okay, so this is where you put the site code. Okay, and they click on check connection. When you check connection, you need to ensure that this should come as successfully connected to the server. If there is no other configuration or pertaining to any changes that you did, it should automatically come as successfully connected to the server. Okay, then you click on the next. Now it will come to the final progress, and it will show as a starting installation. It will take some time. After this progress, it will show something like this. Okay, that yes, installation is working. You don't need to interrupt this. Okay, let it begin for some time, and this will automatically be closed. Okay, so which means this configuration point, I mean the configuration or the site system role for WSUS has been triggered. Okay, has been initiated. Now, once this task is completed, once you see that this progress bar is ended and you have this closed, okay, now go to on the same server, okay, go to the tools, okay, and click on Windows Deployment Services. Once you click on this, you will, so once the role is successfully there, once the role is there, you can click on this and you will see this window. This is your WSUS. Okay, so this is where all the patch and all the updates coming from Microsoft catalog will synced automatically. Okay, now just to confirm where it has been successfully opened, it has been there or not. So you go to your SQL server and you check in the database CM01. When you expand it, your database, like your server name would be different. You go here, you expand databases, and you will see this sus database. Okay, which means that yes, your WSUS server is like the role is successfully there, and this database has been successfully created. Means it will start working now. Now now this is the part. Once you completed the previous configuration successfully, then you come to your SCCM console. Okay, from SCCM console you go to administration tab, you go to site configuration, and you go to sites, and you open this, click on this, and simply go and right click add site system rules. Okay, once you're doing this add site system rule, it will ask you which site system role would you like to define. So for our case, we will click on this as a software update point. We want this to enabled. Okay. Now, once you enable that, it gives you a full configuration window. In this configuration window, this is which I talked about, the ports, the port number 8530 and 8531 to for the client communication. Okay, so this is default setting from WSUS on your Windows side. If I mean there is no chance of this to not work, it should definitely work. Okay, and then you can simply, I mean, I would prefer not to change anything. Okay, do not make any changes unnecessary if you are not aware of it. And if you are aware, or you have like any other different set of requirement from your client, you can do that, but the default settings will remain same, and that is how it works. Okay, so once you do this, okay, then it goes to the synchronization source. Okay, here you can click on to synchronize from Microsoft. Okay, so ensure that this is checked, and if you are synchronizing from a different URL, or if you have a different set of environment, you can choose this. But provided you should be knowing what port and which server are you going to uh, you know fit as a URL. But the default settings should be synchronized from the Microsoft update, which is quite easy to select. And for the reporting events and all, I mean, as per the requirement, I don't think we require this, but we have just clicked on to not create any environment, any reporting events or anything. So events in sense, it will generate the errors if there is any issues or any concerns. So we already monitoring that in SCCM, so we don't need any extra events or messages that goes to your WSUS reporting server for the clients. Okay, so we are not doing anything. And after doing this, you can schedule the your polling cycle, like how soon or how frequent you want the synchronization to happen. Okay, so in this scenario, we'll check the first box to enable the synchronization, and the minimum run time is 1 day. That is what we do and we have in our SSM site. 1 day is that max we want to wait for the synchronization. That's it. And if there is any synchronization failure happens or any alerts that generates, so you will get that in the SSM console. So that is why we are checking this to alert when synchronization fails on any site or in the hierarchy. So this will generate a status messages, and that is how we can get to see that what is happening with the WSUS. Okay, why it's not working, or what is the error. Okay, now, the best part is coming here, which says supersedence. So supersedence, as I talked, Microsoft keeps on, doing all those patches and everything. So what they do, like in first, in the first uh, catalog, or in the first phase, they sent some sort of deployment, uh, and they confirmed that yes, these security patches will fix this issue. But all of a sudden, they they give another sort of update, and they say like, no, now in this update we have covered all those which were there in the previous updates. So that is called supersedence. Supersedence means it will expire the previous specified update, and it will roll out with a new update. So that is where we need to be very s- like, for us, we did not change anything. Like, we don't want immediately expire or anything if we are doing any testing. Okay, do not this says do not expire a superseded software update until the software update is superseded for a specified period. So we are waiting for 3 months. Okay, 3 months for the superseded software updates. Maybe the new software update which is coming, that is creating more mess than the previous one, so we try not to supersede update. I mean, this is all about the lab, but we're not. There are different set of instructions from the client, and accordingly you need to configure your environment. But uh, we in our environment, we had like kept it for 3 months, so we are not making any changes. If you are doing it, if we doing any sort of updates, so we're waiting for 3 months or 2 months. We are seeing if there is any issues happening, then we have option to roll it back. Okay, so that is what it is. And now, there is a classification also, just to complete that. When you're doing the classification, you are mentioning what sort of updates do you require. Okay, so I mean, for the lab purposes, we did not do much, but if you're doing any Windows operating system update or any other updates, so please check with your client and your requirement how your SOP document, or how your uh, uh, environment is set up, and what things do you require mainly, so you can check all those. But the default ones is these are the ones which are quite useful for your environment, so you can check all these. From the product wise, there are plethora of products of Microsoft, and you need to ensure. So majority, if you click on the top, it will like check. If you check all, so it will all check. And if you do it one by one, so you need to expand all these for Windows, for other applications, maybe Microsoft application virtualization and all. So you can do that and check all these. Like, if you want Office and all, so you can use, you can check. And once it's expanded, there are other sort of uh, uh, components that comes, so you can check and uncheck according to your usage, right? This is very crucial. This is very important thing when you have WSUS installed and you want to ensure that yes, it's working, it's configured properly. At last, what you can do, you can go to monitoring. Okay, In system status, you can go to component status, and here you can look for SMS WSUS configuration. Okay, this is primarily used when you want to do a final check that yes, everything is set up. I just want to check in the WSUS, in the components, what is the status message? How does it look like? Is it configured properly? So this says 6703. This is the message ID. Okay, it says that it has been successfully configured, but there is no synchronization happened. That's why it says failed, because it's the first time configured. So this 6703 is the most important message ID. I mean, mainly we do check that yes, it has been successfully configured or not. So ensure you check this in the status message. So how will you find it? You go to monitoring. From here, expand system status, go to component status. From here, look for the WSUS. You can search it here as well. Search, you will find it, double click on it, and you will get to see this. Okay. And once you see, confirm that yes, your status message showing that yes, 6703 is the message, WSUS is configured. You got confirmation from the SQL database as well, and you have checked all sort of the required components to sync and get the updates from the Microsoft catalog. Now you go to your software library. Okay, in software library you can click on all software updates, right click on it, and choose synchronize software updates. Okay, you can also do that, like you click on it, you can click here. Okay, so I mean there's two ways, either you can click here or you can go. So this window keeps changing as per your uh, if you click on deployment, this pane will change. This is called ribbon. Okay, so this will keep on changing according to your preference. If you are doing it for the site, if you click on site here, then these ribbon icon options will be changed. Okay, so once you click on synchronize software updates, okay, and then you click on run summarization. Okay, this is next. So first this, then second this. Okay, so run summarization, when you click on this and run synchronization, it will ask you whether you want to synchronize all these software updates, and then you says yes, I want to synchronize it. Okay, so once the synchronization starts, two things you will start noticing here on the WSUS, which is on the site server. You go to you open WSUS, you will see that all updates. If you go to status here and you change this, like you will see there is approved, and there is declined, another status that's coming. So you check this any and you change this to unapproved and you click on refresh, so you will see all the security patches as per your components, as per your classifications. You will see all these synced here, so it means that updates started flowing from the Microsoft catalog. Okay, everything is coming here. And now you go to your your administration tab, you go to sites and you right click on it, go to configure site components and choose here software update point. Okay, so why we are doing this? Maybe like at first go, when we were setting WSUS, we did choose a couple of things, and maybe we have chosen for Windows 7, Windows 8, and some sort of Windows 10 at uh, you know couple of uh, items which we have chosen, but we don't want everything to sync. Okay, maybe as per client requirement, we don't want to keep those. So I'm just going to skip it. So how can I do that? You can simply go here. Okay, and when you click on software update points, you you will see that okay, you have given option, so you can see that what sort of settings are there. You can make the changes accordingly. Maybe I've just kept it in a different slide. So one more thing is from the WSUS side, if you are looking for software updates, here uh, majority of small companies maybe or MSMEs, they do not have they do not have capability, or maybe they cannot afford having SCCM in their environment. So they usually use WSUS to synchronize and do update on their endpoints and their devices. So this is where you can shift and select all the patches which you don't want to maybe keep, or just those are superseded. Okay, so you just remove these or decline maybe, and the ones which are required, that you can simply go and approve. Okay, and that way you can see, I mean, majority of the times when you're using it on WSIS, it gets very cluttered. You need to do the cleanup job additionally to remove all sort of superseded and the older patches which are not required in the system. So this is very tedious sometimes when you go and check and approve and you check the revision history. And also uh, there are icons which to show that which patch is superseded, which is not. Okay, and that is how you can take the informed decision whether I should keep these or I should just decline and just go for the latest update. Okay. One more thing is just to keep heads up, there are ways to check that your synchronization is happening properly with your site system server. Your WSS is synced. So there is one there is log folder which is here. When you go to on the site system server, go to C drive, program files, and then go to Microsoft Configuration Manager. This is I'm talking about on the server, not on the uh, on your client computer. This is on the server. Go here, go to logs, and you can check these logs to verify yes everything is working fine. Okay, so this is this is the one log. This is the log, and this is the log. So you can check all these logs to identify. I'll see if I have captured that yes, synchronization is started happening or not. Okay. So this is one of the SUP setup log. Okay. So if you guys can see this, it says that installation was successful. Means yes, your WSUS, your SUP, these all are in synced. It's installed. It's working fine. The role is there. So this is one confirmation. And also you go to W6 sync. Wait a second. Also you go to W sync. This is where you can identify where the synchronization is happening or not. Okay. So this is how does it look like when it starts synchronizing. It shows all sort of uh, updates. And if you see this says because it's superseded, and security update this because superseded on all. This is auto skipping these because these are superseded. Okay, so that is how you can see the synchronization, and you see that yes, your site system site system role is working, your WCS is synced, and everything is working fine. Okay. Okay, so just to summarize what we did here, I thought of keeping this. So this is where we did WSUS installed. So with for the installation, we opened the server manager. We clicked on manage, and then we clicked on add roles. From add roles, we chose WSUS update services, and we proceeded with the wizard. Okay, and here we ensured that the WSUS services are there and database options are checked. So we have chosen a separate database altogether. We did not update. We did not use site system server database. Once this first uh, add system role feature is completed, then you go to WSUS, okay, and here you configure the SQL Server name with the susdb. So we also did check and we confirm that it's there. Now, once you have a valid location for storing all your WSUS updates, for us we have uh, I think we I think we kept it like uh, I think it was in E drive and backslash and WS. So this is where we have created a folder and we have kept all these, right? So now after doing this, you go to software update point, role in SSM like we did, like right click and we did go to administration and from site configurations, server and site system roles, we did right click and we chose software update point role, okay, and where we have installed WSUS. So we clicked on this, then we configured SUP settings and all the synchronization sources, whatever we require there. After doing that, once the synchronization is there, we have checked that role is configured properly, synchronization is there, and download started happening with the latest update from Microsoft. So I'll just check uh, grouping wise if I think that was okay. So I think I just forgot that. So once the synchronization starts happening, you will start seeing all those patches coming here. Okay, now right now it's showing 0 items, but yes, you can see all the patches coming from the WSUS, and from here you can create a software update group as I defined earlier, that as per the requirement you can create the like deployment group for like Windows version 10, then Windows 11, and some pilot devices. Okay, you can create the group and you can then download the packages and you can deploy to the collection, and then these machines which are there on the network will start receiving the uh, patches. So maybe in the tomorrow's session, I will try to show how does the synchronization happens, and I mean how does the client starts receiving the updates. Maybe on this system, if I can show you. Okay, so this is how the systems shows that if you click on check for updates or you click on this, so you will get to see that that updates started happening, and these are the updates which are there on the machine already. So this machine has already received all these and that are successfully installed. So if I have anything which is pending installed, it will come here. And also this is now for SCCM. We now moved into Intune. We are not utilizing SCCM. Uh, Maybe we are not leveraging or we are not using SCCM in that fashion, because a new account or majority of the organizations who are moving from SCCM to Intune, they are more into auto patch. So in Intune, there is a feature called auto patch. Using that, you can update all those endpoints which are there on their network through the cloud attach. And with that feature, you can update all those devices automatically. You don't need to do it anything in the manual process. Okay, so automatically it syncs every second Tuesday, grabs the updates and it targets to the client machines through the company portal, and it ensures that yes, your machines having the policy synced with the site system, and whatever the necessary updates that your machine should get, that is only being deployed on those machines. Okay, so auto patch is a uh, great feature where all these troubleshooting and uh, all ADR and all, we don't need to do anything from the SCCM side. So we are not utilizing any uh, package deployment from SCCM. We are not utilizing any updates from SCCM. We are not uh, we are also moving to autopilot, so we are not utilizing OSD as well. So everything is now moved from SCCM to Intune. So the next thing is the Intune, which is the uh, like everyone should be leading to as a cloud platform. Okay, so this is the overview how you get to see, and if you want to click on this, so it will start checking the updates from the client. If my machine does not have any uh, recent updates which are synced from catalog, and if my machine is missing that out, so it will automatically download and deploy that for me. And these all happens in the background. So even I didn't do anything when my machine is every like after my login hours, I keep my machine logged in. It is already plugged into the network and always connected to the Wi-Fi. So it just downloads and install those updates on the machine. Okay, so that's that's what it is. Okay, it's taking time anyway. So we'll see. Tomorrow I'll check for some more uh, thing for the deployment of the patches. I'm setting up the lab. Probably I'll configure it today. So I got the confirmation from Microsoft. They have given another VM, and that I'm working on to set it up again. So once everything is there, and I'll set the lab, and probably tomorrow we'll check these all. All right. So I hope this has been informative for everyone, and please do ask questions if any. And I would like to thank you, each one of you, for patiently listening to it. If nothing, then I'll give the 10 minutes back to you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vidhu.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lakshmi. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Stop the recording. Take care. Thank you.
Bye bye.